the interview goes on, and this is a part of the interview that is so disturbing. We're talking about the National Enquirer when they were smearing other Republican candidates at the time that were going up against Donald Trump. Have a listen to this. Michael Cohen said that Donald Trump was personally involved, and we've heard this before. We've heard speculation about this. Now Cohen is verifying it, that he was personally involved, Trump was, in smearing other rivals in his 2016 campaign. Have a listen to this. It's really unbelievable stuff. Again, this is Donald Trump's former attorney that is basically saying that Donald Trump, during the campaign in 2016, was the go-to guy that gave it the okay when it comes to the National Enquirer and smearing other candidates. It's really incredible. To me, there are some very interesting revelations in these interviews, and there's some interesting revelations in this book, Michael Cohen, that just came out. And by the way, love to have Michael Cohen join the show. Would love that. Quickly, though, before we play this audio bit, I want to take some calls, and I want some people to call in and talk about your thoughts on Michael Cohen and Donald Trump. And my question to the listeners will be this. Do you believe Michael Cohen? Do you believe what he said in these interviews and in his book? Yes or no? I want to hear from you. Number to call, 702-257-5396. Again, that number, 257-5396. But I want to play the audio real quick that I was teasing. I believe we have that audio ready. Here's what Cohen said about the National Enquirer and Donald Trump.
Sure. So as each candidate was moving up, let's say Marco Rubio, David Pecker would reach out to me, and he would give me a list of things that he was intending to do in order to squash Ted Cruz's or Marco Rubio's rise. Whoever was rising in the poll, that's who became the person that we needed to knock out of the race. With Marco Rubio, you may remember there was photos of him in a swimming pool, that he had a drug problem, and all sorts of other, we'll call them salacious rumors. And every time that they would be made, they would be provided to me by David Pecker, I would immediately take them into Mr. Trump's office. We would sit down, we would talk about it, he would approve it, and then I would contact David. Next thing you know, 2 days later on the front cover, Marco Rubio has a drug problem.
By the way, I don't know if Marco Rubio has a drug problem, but I do know he's a phony piece of garbage. I know that. What was it that Donald Trump called him? Little Marco. That's right. All right, so here's what we're going to do.
Well, and Marco Rubio also attacked the size of Donald Trump's hands. Recall that. Here's give me 30 seconds here. Michael Cohen is a convicted felon. He is a proven liar. This is 2 months before an election. He is getting paid to write this book, Brian. So let's factor all that in before we have this conversation.
Okay, well, I'm just going by what Donald Trump has done.
Okay.
He's attacked pretty much everybody that's ran against him.
And also Barack Obama in 2011 completely roasted Donald Trump with Seth Meyers at a White House Correspondents' meeting, and I'm sure Donald Trump did take that to heart.
Okay, but I think there's a fine line between verbal cheap shots and being a part of stories that are put out by the National Enquirer, hit pieces. And I think there's a fine line between a cheap shot and then making fun of Ted Cruz's wife's appearance and putting a picture of Melania Trump next to Ted Cruz's wife. I think there are things that you just don't do in politics, and Donald Trump seems to do those things every day. But hey, what do you guys...